It's Saturday in Athens. It's time to tee up between the hedges. Every time I hear these words, I get chills. A football Saturday in Athens is enough to get any person filled with adrenaline. Yet, the weekend of the Bulldog Blackout this year has a special place in my heart. This is the game of the year, with a matchup of the number 3 ranked team in the country, the University of Georgia, versus the University of Alabama, the number 8 ranked team in the country. Why else is this Blackout weekend so special to me? My mother and I are sharing our first University of Georgia game together. This is both my boyfriend's and my roommate's birthday weekend. Also, this is the first time I have had any Athens visits from the significant people in my life. I am all smiles on Friday before this amazing weekend, and I can't wait for the exciting events in the midst. Figure 2 shows a picture of my mother and I on the way to the tailgate before the game. We are experiencing our first Georgia game together, and our excitement is spread across our faces. My anticipation for this game has been boiling in my blood for almost a month. Although you cannot see a full view of our outfits, you should know we are completely draped in black to represent the Georgia Bulldogs for the Blackout game. While we do have on black, we also try to represent our sense of style. I'm in a black dress with subtle ruffles, and my mother has on a conservative pantsuit and sweater. Our self-confidence is measuring up to the confidence we have in the Bulldogs. Figure 3 introduces my boyfriend, Trey Lee. For his birthday, his parents purchased my family and his family tickets to the football game. Wearing the Ray-Bans I gave him for his birthday, Trey is prepared to tailgate. As I try to fit both of our faces into the picture, he hogs the lens to show off his new shades. I can barely fit a quarter of my face into the lens. He's such a camera hog, but I forgive him. After all, it turns out to be a comical and great picture. After my mother and I review the picture, we begin laughing with hysteria. Trey blushes and chuckles, and I playfully tell him, "That's what you get for being a camera hog." In Figure 4, a new face is pictured. My cousin Miles is a member of the Alpha Tau Omega fraternity here at the University of Georgia, and he invites my mother, Trey, and me to his tailgate. We get to park in the ATO parking lot instead of paying the astronomical amounts for parking, and we thank Miles graciously. In this picture, we are waiting for the ATO shuttle to take us to the Student Learning Center, which is the actual location of the ATO tailgate. As you can see, I'm not the only one dressed for the occasion. Miles has his designated pledge gear on. The pledge gear consists of a seersucker red and white pants and a black button down with the signature Georgia G on the pocket. Another small detail you may notice is the pledge pin attached to his shirt. The guidelines for these pledges are very strict, and they must have these pins on at all times. Trey, on the other hand, is wearing a rarely worn collared shirt. Normally, he is dressed in a casual t-shirt and jeans, but on this special day, I picked out his clothes. With our stylish clothing, all three of us are enthused about getting to enjoy the food, family, friends, and the atmosphere. Figure 5 introduces my roommate, Rachel, in the Alpha Tau Omega tailgating scene. I'm so glad I get to visit with her before the game. This weekend has several exciting events transpiring, and we have spent potential study time picking out the perfect dresses to wear to the Bulldog Blackout. This picture's purpose is to be sent to my local newspaper, the Alma Times. Since we are all 4 locals of the small town of Alma, our newspaper requests we take a picture of our attendance at the game. It will be placed in the sports section right above a review of the actual game. Finally, we make it to the game. In Figure 6, Trey's mother, Peggy Lee, is in the photograph. While Trey and his father go to get overpriced hot dogs and drinks, Peggy, Mama, and I are soaking in the football environment. As the picture is being taken, Matthew Stafford's words are blaring through the stadium speakers. It's Saturday in Athens. This is the happiest I've seen these 2 women in a long time. There is something about Georgia football that lifts spirits. Figure 7 is taken by my mother right before kickoff starts. Since Trey and I are both devout Bulldog fans, our adrenaline is rushing. Not only are we thrilled about being at the game, but we are also blissful because we get the opportunity to spend the game together. This is the first weekend I've seen my mom or Trey in almost a month, and I cherish their precious presence even more during the Bulldog Blackout because of this fact. Both my mother and Trey live in my hometown of Alma, which is 4 hours away from Athens. This is the reasoning behind our overdue visit together. At the moment this picture is being taken, I'm thinking, this is one of the greatest and most memorable moments of my life. I wish I could stop time and just stay here in this moment. Who knew the beautiful moment would be short-lived by a shocking Bulldog loss? Yet, even though the Bulldogs did not win the game, I'm content with the weekend. The fun and excitement of the weekend did not end with the loss. While Trey's parents went back home, Trey, my mom, and I stay at my aunt's house in Jefferson. Here we visit with my aunt's family and spend some well-deserved time together. I believe the weekend would be too perfect had the Bulldogs won. The best way to describe my University of Georgia football game is bittersweet. Regardless of the loss, I cannot wait for my next football Saturday in Athens.